This movie hits a theme that feels way too familiar, especially for young people who think they've found the shortcut to getting rich, only to end up digging themselves into an even deeper hole. Yeah, that fantasy never ends well. The film is God of Gamblers, 1989, starring two absolute legends of that era, Chow Yun-fat and Andy Lau. And trust me, the aura in this movie is insane. The story opens inside a casino, where one player is on an unbelievable winning streak. I mean, the guy hasn't lost a single round. Naturally, the casino manager starts sweating and zooms in on the CCTV, try to figure out who this mystery menace is. Then he notices something important, the ring the man keeps casually playing with. And just like that, it clicks. This isn't just some lucky dude. This is the guy. No official ID photo. No clean records. Just a name whispered in fear across the gambling world. Wong Jing, the god of gamblers. Around this time, Wong Jing is challenged by a Japanese gambler who wants to see if the legend is actually real. Their first game is Mahjong, which, I'll be honest, I barely understand. But the result is clear. Wong Jing absolutely dominates the first round with pure skill. No tricks, no squid. Next up, dice. This time, the Japanese challenger swaps himself out for his subordinate, a professional dice player. One look at this guy and you know he's serious. Tattoos, confident hands, zero hesitation. Definitely not a beginner. And this is where Wong Jing really shows why his title isn't just hype. His senses are on another level. His hearing is so sharp that he can literally predict the outcome of the dice just by listening to how they're shaken. Yeah, that's broken. When it's Wong Jing's turn, he casually asks for a heavier, louder dice shaker. And when he shakes it, way faster, way cleaner, so powerful that one of the dice actually shatters. Game over. Absolute humiliation. But this challenge wasn't just about pride. The Japanese gambler reveals his real reason for approaching Wong Jing. He wants revenge. A gambler from Singapore ruined his father, drove him into bankruptcy, and, eventually, to suicide. Wong Jing isn't heartless. And when the Japanese man nearly takes his own life right in front of him, Wong Jing finally agrees to help. As payment, the man offers Wong Jing his best bodyguard, a Vietnamese ex-military powerhouse named Long. But let's be real, we're calling him Dragon. Dragon is assigned to protect Wong Jing until the big match arrives. Meanwhile, the story cuts to a totally different world, a small, shady underground gambling spot. This is where we meet Michael Chan, an amateur gambler who loses constantly. He knows he's bad. He expects to lose. And yet, he keeps coming back anyway. Bro is loyal to his bad habits. Later that day, Michael is walking around with his girlfriend, Jin, when they pass through a narrow alley. Suddenly, an Indian man appears, walking two aggressive dogs. Jin is absolutely terrified. Even though the guy is clearly being reckless, he refuses to apologize. So Michael, feeling bold, decides to get petty. He and his friends set up a little trap, placing empty cans along a fence so they'll hear when the man trips and falls. Yeah, definitely one of those this won't end well moments. And that's where things start spiraling. We cut back to Wong Jing, calmly watching his protege get absolutely cooked by a table full of pro gamblers. One of them is Nam, a filthy rich high roller with way too much confidence and not enough chill. Round after round, Coach Chun's student keeps losing. It's painful to watch. So eventually, Coach Chun sighs, "All right, enough babysitting," and steps in himself. The moment he sits down, the whole table tightens up, because now they know they're not playing some random guy anymore. They're sitting across from the god of gamblers. Here's the scary part. Coach Chun doesn't even take it seriously. Sometimes he's dealt straight up garbage cards, but he'll still casually raise the stakes like he's holding gold. The other gamblers panic, start overthinking, and back off, never realizing Coach Chun's hand is actually complete trash. Man is bluffing on legendary difficulty. Eventually, the table clears out until only Coach Chun and Nam are left. Nam, fueled by pride and ego the size of a small country, refuses to accept defeat. He keeps raising the bet higher and higher, way past what's already on the table. Bad move. In the end, Nam gets absolutely destroyed, financially and emotionally. Coach Chun already knew this would happen. He read Nam's personality like an open book, and he knew one thing for sure. Nam is not the type to take an L peacefully, so Coach Chun plays it smart. He tells his driver to head home first, while he quietly takes the train instead. And yep, right on schedule, Nam sends his men to intercept Coach Chun's car. When they finally stop it, the driver shrugs and tells them the truth. Coach Chun isn't even there. This is where Dragon finally shows why his nickname isn't just for decoration. Nam's men pull up thinking it's an easy job. Instead, Dragon proceeds to solo 6 grown men like it's a warm-up exercise. Zero hesitation. Absolute menace. Message received. Do not mess with this guy. Still worried more goons might show up, Coach Chun tells Dragon to handle the rest while he gets off the train at a quiet, remote stop on the edge of the city. And here's where fate decides to get funny. This random road just happens to be one that Michael passes through all the time. And yep, what a coincidence. The Indian guy with the 2 aggressive dogs is also there. Now, I don't know what kind of aura Coach Chun has, but it's different. The dogs take one look at him and immediately back off like, nah bro, not today. But just as Coach Chun continues walking, karma hits. He accidentally steps on one of the traps Michael set earlier. Coach Chun falls hard, smashes his head on a rock, and goes completely unconscious. Realizing this is 100% his fault, Michael panics and drags Coach Chun back to his rundown place. They check his wallet, hoping for some clue, ID, phone number, anything. Nothing. No name, no contacts, no way to identify him. So Michael and his friends end up taking care of this mysterious stranger while he recovers. But here's the twist. When Coach Chun wakes up, he's got amnesia. Full reset. Dude starts acting like a literal child. And of course, because Michael is Michael, he immediately sees an opportunity. He drags Coach Chun to an underground gambling den, even though Jen is strongly against it. But Michael doesn't care. Coach Chun is carrying his last bit of savings, and Michael is desperate. To the gambling house owner, Michael introduces Coach Chun as his super rich cousin from overseas. Without even questioning it, the boss accepts Michael's challenge to play cards against Coach Chun. And just like that, chaos is about to begin. One detail about Coach Chun that never disappears, memory loss or not, is his unhealthy love for chocolate, especially the fancy kind wrapped in gold foil. Like, you can erase the man's identity, but you cannot erase his snack preferences. When the game starts, Michael and his buddy hover over Coach Chun, whispering nonstop. Play safe, don't raise too much, chill bro. The gambling house boss gets irritated real quick and finally snaps, telling them to shut up and let Coach Chun play his own hand. And this is where things get crazy. Even though Ko Chun doesn't remember who he is, his gambling instincts are still fully unlocked. The moment he locks in, his face goes stone cold, like he just activated boss mode. No jokes, no blinking. By the end of the game, Michael and his friends walk away with a massive profit. Absolute insanity. At this point, they start questioning reality. Who is this guy? Ko Chun is giving luck bending to her will. Every move works. Every decision lands. Probability just gives up. And then comes the moment that straight up breaks logic. Michael secretly hides 2 cards, the 3 of spades and the 3 of diamonds. Somehow, without anyone touching anything, the 3 of diamonds ends up in Ko Chun's hand, while the card in his friend's hand mysteriously turns into the king of diamonds. No explanation, no sleight of hand, just vibes. From that point on, Michael and the crew go full hustle mode. They drag Ko Chun from one underground gambling spot to another, squeezing money out of every table. Soon enough, they're rolling in cash, so much that they even buy their first car. But because they spend money like lottery winners with zero financial literacy, the cash disappears almost overnight. Desperate, Michael makes a terrible decision. He borrows money from a loan shark named Uncle Sing, who also happens to be close with Baboho. Yeah, red flags everywhere. Still chasing easy money, Michael drags Ko Chun to another gambling den. But this time, Ko Chun can't find his beloved chocolate, and you can tell immediately he's not in the mood. So Michael sends his friend out to buy the chocolate. Night after night goes by. Michael steps into the bathroom for a minute, and when he comes back, disaster. Ko Chun has lost all the gambling money. Turns out, this is Ko Chun throwing a tantrum because he didn't get his chocolate. Calm man, legendary gambler, full meltdown. Furious, Michael abandons Ko Chun on the side of the road and drives off. But guilt hits him halfway home, and he can't live with himself. So he turns around and brings Ko Chun back. Now terrified that Uncle Sing is coming for him, Michael hides Ko Chun in a brothel owned by a friend. Real classy hiding spot. Does it work? Of course not. Uncle Sing finds them almost immediately and sends his men. A chaotic chase breaks out near a construction site. Michael, being the least athletic person alive, trips over bamboo poles like it's a cartoon. Despite his best efforts, he gets caught. The next day, Jin shows up at Uncle Sing's place, begging him to spare Michael. She says she's brought collateral, and standing beside her, Guo Chen, the god of gamblers himself.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Sing demands proof. At first, Ko Chun can barely even hold a deck of cards, looking lost, confused, harmless. Then someone gives him his favorite chocolate. The switch flips instantly. Suddenly, Ko Chun's eyes sharpen, his hands steady. He doesn't just handle cards anymore. He picks up a knife and demonstrates insane precision, slicing and moving with terrifying accuracy. Uncle Sing is visibly shaken. Yeah, this is not just some random amnesia patient. After Michael finally gets released, the story cuts back to Ko Chun's mansion. And yeah, this place screams final boss money. Here we meet Yuli, Ko Chun's beautiful lover, living the high life while waiting for her man to come home. Not long after, Ko Chun's right-hand guy shows up. We'll call him Samsel. Turns out, Samsel has been a certified snake this whole time. He's always been jealous of Ko Chun, his fame, his money, his power, and yep, even his girl. With Ko Chun missing, Samsel finally sees his shot to steal everything, the Empire and Yuli. He tries to force himself on her. Yuli refuses to give up her dignity. Instead of submitting, she makes a heartbreaking choice. She jumps from the building, dying instantly. And honestly, that moment hits hard. As if that wasn't evil enough, Samsel finds Yuli's voice recorder, the one thing that could expose the truth, and burns it. Just like that, the evidence is gone. Yuli dies, and the truth dies with her. Absolute villain behavior. And somehow, Samsel still manages to go lower. He teams up with Nam, proposing a deal, hunt down and kill Ko Chun, then split his fortune 50-50. Dirty money, dirty plan. Back on the streets, Michael and Ko Chun suddenly get approached by Dragon. At first, they think, great, another assassin. But when Nam's men show up, Dragon proves he's still loyal, throwing hands and bullets to protect his boss. A full-on shootout and chase erupts. Total chaos. Terrified by the gunfire, Ko Chun panics and hides, trying to avoid the madness. That's when fate throws him straight into Samsel's path. Samsel immediately realizes Ko Chun has amnesia. Jackpot. This is the perfect chance to erase him for good. He pulls up, ready to finish the job. Bam. Michael clocks him and knocks him out cold. MVP moment. Ko Chun runs again and finds Dragon badly wounded, barely alive. With his last strength, Dragon yells at Ko Chun to pick up a gun. And in that split second, the god of gamblers wakes up. Ko Chun moves with deadly precision. Eliminating the remaining enemies like muscle memory took over. No mercy. Then just as fast, he snaps back into his childlike state, panics and bolts. He trips, smashes his head, then gets hit by a car and slams into the windshield like a GTA cutscene. Ko Chun is rushed to the hospital, and this time, the impact finally restores his memory. When he wakes up, guess who's already there? Samsel, calm, fake, and lying straight to Ko Chun's face. He claims that while Ko Chun was gone, Yuli became depressed and committed suicide by jumping from the upper floor. Yeah, total nonsense. We know it. And deep down, Samsel knows it too. Suddenly, Michael bursts into the room, attacking Samsel in rage. But here's the tragic twist. Ko Chun doesn't remember what happened the day before, or even who Michael is. So to everyone else, Michael just looks like a random lunatic. Security drags him away, screaming, while Samsel stands there pretending to be the loyal friend. And man, the betrayal hurts extra hard at this point. After recovering, Ko Chun finally returns home, and man, it hurts. The house that used to be filled with Yuli's warmth now feels empty, cold, and painfully quiet. No laughter, no voice, just memories. And honestly, that loss hits harder than any money he's ever won or lost. While Ko Chun is drowning in grief, Samsel and Nam are already plotting their next move. Remember that Japanese gambler who once asked Ko Chun to face a monster from Singapore? Yeah, turns out Nam knows that guy very well. His name is Chan Kamsing, but let's just call him Kamsing because that name already sounds dangerous. Word spreads fast. Ko Chun versus Kamsing becomes the most hyped gambling showdown of the decade. Addicted gamblers everywhere start placing massive bets, dreaming of quick money and faster regret. But behind the scenes, Samsel and Nam have a dirty plan. Step 1. Make Kamsing win the match. Step 2. Kill Kamsing afterward. Boom, double profit. They take the betting money and Ko Chun's entire fortune. Cold, calculated, evil. To guarantee the win, Samsel orders custom cards and a high-tech pair of x-ray glasses that let the wearer see through cards. Yeah, straight up cheating. With that tech, even the god of gamblers doesn't stand a chance. The match is set aboard a luxury cruise ship. Because of course it is. If you're going to gamble millions, might as well do it on a floating palace. Worried Ko-chan is walking straight into a death trap. Michael disguises himself as a waiter, risking everything just to warn him one last time that Samsel, the man he trusts most, is a traitor planning to kill him. Ko-chan listens but stays calm. He tells Michael, "If you're serious, we'll talk after the match." For now, Michael is allowed to stay, but only as a silent observer. And just like that, this becomes the final battle of the god of gamblers. The game begins. Cards are checked. And who's inspecting the deck? Of course, Samsel, the snake himself. And yeah, no surprise, the cards are completely rigged. This isn't small-time gambling either. We're talking tens of millions of dollars, not pocket change. Ko-chan is fully backed by the Japanese man, who still carries deep hatred toward Kamsing. Round 1. Huge money on the table. With X-ray vision, Kamsing reads the cards like an open book. His hand sucks, so he folds. Easy. Round 2. Ko-chan cranks the pressure up and raises the bet to $1 million. Absolutely unhinged money. But once again, Ko-chan loses. With those glasses, Kamsing is basically playing the game on cheat mode. Now comes the final round. As the cards are dealt, Ko-chan immediately covers his hand. At the same time, Kamsing casually lights up a cigar. That one tiny move blocks Kamsing's view. And for the first time, the odds shift. With the Japanese man's money already gone, Ko-chan makes a crazy, all-or-nothing move. He puts up his house, his assets, everything he owns, worth over 700 billion rupiah. Kamsing, feeling untouchable, accepts without blinking. This is it. Winner takes everything. Loser goes home empty, or worse. Then Ko-chan reveals his final card. An ace. That completes the hand. 4 aces. The table goes silent. Ko-chan wins. In one move, the god of gamblers wipes out Kamsing's entire fortune, proving that even with cheating, tech, and betrayal stacked against him, the real king of the table is still Ko-chan.
Jesus, I couldn't believe it.
And yeah, this moment is pure goosebumps. But nah, Ko-chan still isn't finished cooking. He drops the bombshell. Those high-tech glasses Kamsing's been flexing? Yeah, they're about 2 years old. Basically ancient history in tech years. Plot twist, Ko-chan has been using the same kind of cheat, but a newer, upgraded German version built straight into his contact lenses. Smaller, cleaner, way pricier. Big flex energy. Ko-chan then leans over and whispers to Samsel, straight up calling him a dirty traitor. Cold. He hands Samsel a toy gun, and here's where things go sideways. Kamsing freaks out, thinks Samsel's about to pull the trigger, panics, whips out his real gun, and shoots Samsel dead on the spot. Yup. One bad decision. Instant game over. Right on cue. Dragon shows up, gun raised, locking everyone in place like a freeze frame ending. And this is where everything clicks. Turns out, Ko-chan then leans over and whispers to Samsel, straight up calling him a dirty traitor. Cold. He hands Samsel a toy gun, and here's where things go sideways. Kamsing freaks out, thinks Samsel's about to pull the trigger, panics, whips out his real gun, and shoots Samsel dead on the spot. Yup. One bad decision. Instant game over. Right on cue. Dragon shows up, gun raised, locking everyone in place like a freeze-frame ending. And this is where everything clicks. Turns out, Ko-chun planned all of this from the very beginning. This wasn't just about money, it was revenge. For the Japanese man, and more importantly, for Yuli. Ko-chun had known the truth the whole time, thanks to a voice recording that didn't fully get destroyed that night. The receipts were always there. When the dust settles, the Japanese man thanks Ko-chun for completely ruining Kamsing's life and sending him straight to prison. He even offers Ko-chun a cut of the winnings, but Ko-chun says nah, not interested. All he asks for? His favorite chocolate, and for Dragon to become his new bodyguard and right-hand man. Honestly, that's kind of a boss-ending request. Michael tries calling out to Ko-chun, but now that Ko-chun is fully back in God of Gamblers mode, there's no way he remembers some random guy like Michael. Or so it seems. Because yeah, fate can be brutal like that. Michael goes back to his old life, jobless, broke, can't even afford a cigarette, let alone a seat at a gambling table. Life is hard. But then, plot twist again, Ko-chun suddenly shows up. And he's not alone. He's with Michael's grandma, who's now casually rocking a 50-gram gold necklace like it's nothing. Turns out, Ko-chun was just pretending not to remember Michael until his revenge plan was fully complete. Once that chapter closes, Michael officially becomes his student and his partner. A future successor. A man with real potential to become the next god of gamblers. And that's the end. A true jackpot ending. So what's the lesson here? Put your answer in the comment below. On behalf of the team, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.